भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके Bhaktir Naishtaki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 16, text number 29-30. Bhagavan Anugav Aha Bhagavan Anugav Aha Yatam Ma Vaishtam Astu Sam Yatam Ma Vaishtam Astu Sam Brahma Tejaha Samartaha Api Brahma Teja Samartopi Hantum Na Iche Matam Tu Me Hantum Neche Matam Tu Me Bhagavan Anugavaha Yatam Ma Vaishtamastu Sam Brahma Teja Samartopi Hantum Neche Matam Tume Bhagavan Anugavaha Yatam Ma Vaishtamastu Sam Brahma Teja Samartopi Hantum Neche Matam Tume. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Anugav, to his two attendants, Aha, said, Yatam, depart from this place. Ma, let there not be. Vaishtam, fear. Astu, let there be. Some happiness. Brahma, of a brāhmaṇa. Tejaha, the curse. Samartaha, being able. Api, even. Hantum, to nullify. Naiche, do not desire. Matam, approved. To, on the contrary. May, by me. Translation and purport by Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. The Lord said to his attendants, Jaya and Vijaya, depart this place, but fear not. All glories unto you. Though I am capable of nullifying the brāhmaṇas curse, I would not do so. On the contrary, it has my approval. Please repeat the translation. The Lord then said to his attendants, Jaya and Vijaya, depart this place, but fear not. All glories unto you. Though I am capable of nullifying the brāhmaṇas curse, I would not do so. On the contrary, it has my approval. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. As explained in connection with text 26, all the incidents that took place had the approval of the Lord. Ordinarily, there is no possibility that the four sages could be so angry with the doorkeepers. Nor could the Supreme Lord neglect his two doorkeepers, nor can one come back from Vaikuṇṭha after once taking birth there. All these incidents, therefore, were designed by the Lord himself for the sake of his pastimes in the material world. Thus, he plainly says that it was done with his approval. Otherwise, it would have been impossible for inhabitants of Vaikuṇṭha to come back to this material world simply because of a Brahmanical curse. The Lord especially blesses the so-called culprits. All glories unto you. A devotee once accepted by the Lord can never fall down. That is the conclusion of this incident. Next verse, I will recite myself. Etat puraiva nirdishtam ramaya kruddaya yada purapavarita dhwari vishanti mai uparate. This departure from Vaikuṇṭha was foretold by Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune. She was very angry because when she left my abode and then returned, you stopped her at the gate while I was sleeping. Doesn't see Bhaktivedanta Prabhu. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaurabhaktarunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So after the Kumaras left Vaikuṇṭha, so Lord spoke to his attendants. So he is justifying the actions whatever had happened there. And he said, all these activities have his approval. And the reason why Jaya Vijaya was also cursed is also explained. So Lord is saying, Bhagavan Anugav Aha. Lord spoke to his attendants, Anugav, followers. Yatam ma Vaishtam astusam. Yatam, immediately leave this place. Ma Vaishtam, do not worry, do not fear. Astusam, let there be all auspiciousness unto you. Brahma Teja Samartopi, I am capable enough, Samartaha, of Hantum Brahma Tejaha, to nullify the brāhmaṇas curse. Na Ichche, but I do not wish to do that. Matam Tume, and on the contrary, it has my approval. Means Lord is saying, this is as per my plan. The Kumaras have cursed you, this is my sanction. So the translation it says, the Lord then said to his attendants, Jaya and Vijaya, Bhagavan Anugavaha, depart this place, Yatam, but fear not, Ma Vaishtam. Though I am capable of nullifying the brāhmaṇas curse, Hantum Brahmateja Samartopi, I would not do so, Na Ichche. On the contrary, it has my approval, Matam Tume. So it is saying, Lord is approved the system, whatever has been, action happened there. So we should not treat that, here Prabhupada is explaining, Vaikuṇṭha people also can fall down to this material world. Because in Bhagavad Gita, 3-4 places Krishna said, once you come back to my place, you will never come back. Yad gatva na nivartante taddama paramam mama. So this is one such rare incident which had happened. It is not a regular incident. So in the purport also Prabhupada was saying, all these incidents that took place had the approval of the Lord. So anything to happen in this material world, like we always say, not even a blade of grass moves without the sanction of the Lord. So it is sanctioned by the Lord. So ordinarily, the 4 sages could not be so angry with the doorkeepers, nor can the Supreme Lord neglect his doorkeepers, nor can one come back to from Vaikuṇṭha after taking birth there. It could, generally all these things does not happen. All these incidents were designed by the Lord himself for the sake of his pastimes in the material world. This is one line statement. Everything is designed by the Lord so that his pastimes can be performed in this material world. In the next verse it says, specific reason why Lord gave the approval. Etat puraiva nirdishtam. Etad, this incident, pura, formerly, nirdishtam was already ascertained. By whom? Ramaya Kruddaya Yada. And this was foretold by Ramaya, Lakshmidevi herself. Why? Kruddaya Yada, when she became angry. On what context? Pura apavarita dwari. Previously, once she went out for some purpose, when she came back to the doorstep, dwari, apavarita means you stopped her. Vishanti mai uparate. Because while she was trying to enter Vaikuṇṭha, at the time I was sleeping, you stopped her saying, Lord is taking rest, now don't go and wake him up. So Lakshmidevi became angry that you tried to stop Lakshmidevi in entering her own house. to meet her own husband. So she foretold this incident. One day Kumaras will come and they will curse you that you will go to material world. The reason for, exact reason why Jaya Vijaya were cursed is, this is the specific reason. Because they had offended Lakshmidevi, Mother Lakshmi. Now, one context Krishna was, here also he is mentioning, and Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, Ma Baishtam, do not fear. Because in this material world, every step, padam padam yat vipadam natesham. There is always danger in this material world, and there is always risk of falling down, because we are always in darkness. In darkness, there is every possibility that we can hit something and fall down, or there is a risk that somebody can come and hit us. But Krishna promised in Bhagavad Gita for his devotees, Kaunteya pratijanehe namai bhakta pranashyati. Krishna assured devotees are taken care of, and he is declaring to the whole world, I am there to protect my devotees. And before that also he had also mentioned the sadhurev samantavya samyak vyavashito hisa. A sadhu, if he has committed a mistake and he had repented for the purpose, and he accepts that I will not repeat this mistake once again. So he is considered as a glorious personality. He is not considered like a fall down. So here Jaya Vijaya have accepted that mistake. Okay, we have offended the Kumaras in stopping them. They did not retaliate. They did not say one word. They did not counteract the curses. They could have also easily counteracted. They did not do anything. So they accepted, okay, if Lord had sanctioned, let us do it for the satisfaction of the Lord. So the Lord's promise is taken as primarily thing. Lord says, this is my promise that my devotees are always protected. Yoga Kshemam. Because they are all Ananya Bhaktas. So Lord is there for their complete take care. So Bhagavatam, there are a couple of verses which assure this perspective, that Lord's commitment towards his devotees. Traivargikayasya vigatam asmat patirvidatte purushasya chakra tato anumeya bhagavat prasado yo durlabo akinchana gocharo anyaihi. So this is to King Indra, that Narayana Kavacha perspective. He is saying, Asmat Patihi, our dear Lord, the Supreme Lord, Purushasya Trai Vargikayasya Vigatam Vidatte. So in this material world, everybody are hankering for Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, Chaturvida, Purushartha. But for his devotees, Purushasya Trai Vargikayasya Vigatam Vidatte. The Lord is saying, don't run behind these material perspectives. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. He forbids his devotees to go behind these material achievements in life. And he says, O Shakra, O Indra, Tato Anumeyo Bhagavat Prasado. So one can thus understand how Lord is kind towards his devotees. Yo Durlabo Akinchana Gocharo. Such mercies are applicable only to pure unalloyed devotees. Anyahi, it is not at all possible for others to have that exclusive mercy of the Lord. So it is, the context is, Lord's personal protection will be there for his unalloyed devotees. For others and all, it is Kala which takes care of what they have to get and what they have to not to get. And further, one more place in the 10th canto, this is prayers offered by the demigods into the womb when Krishna was in the mother's womb, Devaki. He says, Tatanate Madhava Tavakah Kvachid Brishyanti Marga Tvaibadda Sauhrudaha Tvayabi Gupta Vicharanti Nirbhaya Vinayaka Anipaka Murdasu Prabhu. He is saying, O Prabhu, O my dear Lord, O Madhava, O Goddess of Fortune, husband of Goddess of Fortune, Tavakaha Tvai Baddha Sauhrudaha. If devotees are completely united with you in love, Baddhaha means bound, Sauhrudaha in friendship and love. If devotees are attached to you in friendship and love, Kvachit Brashyanti Marka. Sometimes they may fall off from the path of devotional service. Sometimes. But Tatanate, but they do not fall like non-devotees. Their fall down is not like non-devotees. Because Tvaya Abhiguptaha, you actually protect them in their devotional endeavors. Tvaya Abhiguptaha. Thus, Vicharanti Nirbhayaha, without fear, they traverse this material world. Vinayaka Anikapa Murdasu, on the heads of their opponents, they trample everyone and anyone and continue to progress in their devotional service. Means material obstacles will not be there for devotees. They are completely under the special protection of the Supreme Lord. So, Jiva Goswami explains this context of this Jaya Vijaya curse, why this specifically happened. So, he says, the reason for the descent of Jaya Vijaya to material world is described in Padma Purana Uttarakanda. On the pretext of being cursed by the four Kumaras, Jaya Vijaya descended to this material world. Actually, the only reason for this descent was to perform pastimes with the Supreme Personality of God. This is the primary reason why Jaya Vijaya came to this material world, is to perform pastimes with the Supreme Lord. In order to attract the minds of his devotees with transcendental pastimes, the Lord desired to fight great heroic battles with certain demons. And in order to fulfill this desire of the Lord, Jaya Vijaya 3 times accepted the bodies of kings. The bodies they accepted were splendidly effulgent and fully invested with anima and other mystic powers. They were not ordinary bodies. They are not like material bodies. They are heavily equipped with all the material powers so that they can give a competitive spirit in fighting to the Lord. Sometimes what happens in the material world, somebody will be very hefty person and the other person will be very lean. So you see, that is disparity in fighting. The same situation happened when Krishna and Balarama entered the wrestling arena, Kamsa's wrestling arena. That Mustika, Chanura, they are like mountains. And Krishna and Balarama were like small kids in front of them. So they are 16-year-old boys and they are all hefty personalities, demoniac persons. The entire crowd there, they were started scolding or saying, cursing, oh, this is not fair, this fighting is not fair. Small boys fighting like ant, fighting like elephant. But they don't know who is ant, who is elephant there. So, see, people, visibility wise. So, if that rasa has to be perfect, that fighting rasa, 2 people of equal match should be there. So, then rasottaraha, that fighting will give the pleasure what is required. Like Jarasandha and Bhima, when they were fighting, for 28 days that fighting happened, almost. But nobody was giving defeat. Nobody was feeling. Only thing is they were becoming exhausted because every day continuous fighting, physical exhaustion. At the last, Bhimasena asked Krishna what to do. See, I am not able to find any solution to this fight. Then Krishna narrated the cause of Jarasandha's birth. How Jarasandha took birth. Jara means a demon, Sandha means attachment. He was a demon who took birth in 2 halves of the body. And they were like dolls, 2 pieces. So king discarded them into a forest. There was one lady by name Jara, a she demon. So playfully she took the 2 pieces and attached. And that baby boy came back to life. Because the king was without children, she brought back that baby and handed over to the king. And king being very happy, because of the cause of Jara, he addressed that son on her behalf, Jarasandha. So when Bhimasena got this idea, then he started attacking him and killing him in the direction what Lord had given him a hint. So in this, when these 3 people went to fight also, they were in a brāhmaṇas dress, they approached Jarasandha. So when Krishna, they were saying, charity, we would like to have a fight with you. Then Jarasandha said, I know you. He was pointing to Krishna. You are that coward boy who always runs away. Coward. Because On one particular occasion, 17 times Krishna defeated Jarasandha. On the 18th time, Krishna had to escape because Rukmini's message was there, immediately you have to come and you have to deliver me. So Krishna said, this person can be handled some other time. He is not to die in my hands. There is no point in fighting with him. So Krishna went away there. So Jarasandha said, no, Kshatriya can never run back from the battlefield. You are a coward. I will not fight with you. You are a bacha. So then he started looking at Arjuna and he also said, you are such a small boy. I will not fight with you also. It is not fair. Then he chose Bhima. Yes, we both are competent. Let us have this fight. So I am saying that when the two people of equivalent capacity is there, things will happen very nicely. The same thing happened again wrong with Vali and Sugriva. Both are of equal capacity only. But Vali had a special boon that whoever comes in front of him, he takes away 50% of his energy. Then it is not a fair fight. You are going there with 100%, but you are actually fighting with 50% because the opposite person is fighting with 150%. So these are certain circumstances where, Vali is such a capable person. He attacked Ravana also. When Ravana came, he captured Ravana with his tail and he bound him like how Hanuman was bound with Brahmastra, something like that. With his tail he was playing around like while doing Arati we do Ganta. With the tail he was playing around with him like a Ganta. And Ravana, he was such a great personality to his capacity. He being bound up by a monkey's tail. Yeah, Shishi Radha. So finally he made compromise with Vali. He said, you don't come to my place, I don't come to your place. Both of us are friends. So he understood, he can easily be defeated. Ravana was defeated by Kartavirya Arjuna also. Ravana, when he came, at the time Kartavirya Arjuna was there with some women playing in the Narmada river. So Ravana thought, this mere material king, what can he do to me? Because Ravana always thought humans are of no use to him. They are of insignificant capacity. So he started criticizing Kartavirya Arjuna. You are such a timid fellow, playing with women. The Kartavirya Arjuna became angry. He has 1,000 arms. With his 1,000 arms, he blocked the entire river like a dam. And after that, he released that water. The opposite side of the river was Ravana's camp. The entire water came and flushed out entire Ravana's camp. Then he captured Ravana and put him in a toy jail, and took his to his kingdom. So Ravana became very much ashamed. So sometimes this competition, if it is not between two equivalent people, the other person will be easily be suppressed. So this is what has actually happened here. So Sridhar Swamy explains about this Jaya Vijaya. He says that they did not accept any material bodies when they descended to this material world. Their bodies were all transcendental bodies only. By the phrase Krishna Chakra Hatam Hasau, it is understood that Lord Krishna destroyed the sinful reactions of Jaya Vijaya. It is therefore Jaya and Vijaya sinful reactions that were killed, not their bodies. The sinful mentality was killed by the Lord because they were eternal associates. They are of that eternal mentality only, they maintained that bodily structure. Only the sinful tendencies were destroyed from Jaya and Vijaya. That's what Sridhar Swamy explains about this fight, what happened between the Lord and the Jaya Vijaya. So this spiritual perspective, so Jiva Goswami explains about this. So who is the authority in all these Vedic subjects? Whom to follow? What to respect? He says, Archanti sada Vishnum mano va kaya karma bihi tesham hi vachanam grahyam tehi Vishnu samamataha. So this is from Vishnu Rahasya, quoting Jiva Goswami says, Archanti sada Vishnu. If somebody worships Vishnu, always mano va kaya karma bihi, by their mind, mano, vak, by their words, kaya, by their sharira, body, karma bihi, by their actions. Tesham hi vachanam grahyam tehi Vishnu samamataha. Such words should be accepted. Tesham hi vachanam grahyam. You should accept people who have manasa vacha karmana. They always worship Vishnu. Their words should be accepted. Tehi Vishnu samamataha. They are equivalent to Lord Vishnu because they have completely dedicated their manasa vacha karmana to Lord Vishnu. Samprushtva Vaishnavam Vipran Vishnu Shastra Visharadan Sadacharin Taduktam Yatnatas Sharit. Then he quoting from Kurma Purana, he says, Samprushtva Vaishnavanam Vipram, by associating with the saintly brāhmaṇas, Vaishnavas, who are Vishnu Shastra Visharadam, very expert in all the Vishnu Shastras, Vaishnava scriptures, Chirna Vratan Sadacharan, and they are all very well behaved and they are firm in vows. Taduktam Yatnata Sharet, then one must follow their instructions with Yatnaha, with determination. And quoting from Vaishnava Tantra, further he says, Esham Gurocha Japyecha Vishnucha Paramatmani Nasti Bhakti Sada Tesham Vachanam Parivrajayat. Esham Gurocha Japyecha Vishnucha Paramatmani. If you see anybody in this material world who is without devotion to Guru, the chanting of Japa, Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Lord, then Nasti Bhakti Sada Tesham Vachanam Parivarjayet. You should not accept his instruction. Somebody envious of the Supreme Lord, envious of the chanting of the holy name, somebody envious of Vaishnavas, spiritual master, whatever he says, you should not accept. So this is the authority, whom to follow. Because in what the context, the Dashara is going on. This is the Ramayana Yuddha happened. On the first day, war started. On the Vijaya Dashmi day, 10th day, Ravana was killed. So Ravana had many curses upon him. It's not that he directly was in the war. Many curses forced him to come to that direction. So one such curse was one of the kings in Raghuvamsha. So Ravana attacked Ayodhya. At that time the king was not prepared. So he attacked them and he killed them when he was not armed or not properly equipped with the fighting perspective. So the king became very angry. Before dying he said, one of my descendants will kill you, not only you, your entire family. He will wipe you out. This is one such circumstance. Then one more circumstance was, one day Ravana was passing through Kailasha on the way. He wanted to go and have darshan of Lord Shiva. At the entrance there was Nandi who was stopping him. So Nandi was there at the gatekeeper. When Ravana wanted to go inside, Nandi said, no, this is not the time. Shiva and Parvati were in a private isolation, should not enter. Ravana became very angry. He said, I am a great devotee of Lord Shiva. I have Atmalinga of Lord Shiva. How can you stop me? And he started criticizing Nandi. He is saying, you are like a monkey-faced fellow. So then Narada, something like Nandi, he himself says, these monkeys only will come and destroy you. And one more circumstance, I think Narada or somewhere else was there, where he also criticized them, you are like a monkey. Then that one monkey will come and spit on your face, and the 10th day you will die. This is one more curse. That's why in Lanka, monkeys were forbidden to enter. Because the day monkey comes, Ravana's Raja is dismantled. That's why that Lankini was kept outside of Lanka, seeing that nobody enters Lanka. When Hanuman came as a small monkey, so immediately said, go away from here, you are not entitled to enter Lanka. She actually scolded, she criticized him, how can you come here? Hanuman said, I have come as a picnic. I heard so much about Lanka, Ravanasura's opulence. So I just wanted to see as a sightseeing. Lankini said, no visa, you go back. Your visa is not approved. Hanuman said, visa on entry, on arrival. So material terminology, then she was about to slap him. Hanuman became very angry. One punch he gave her. She collapsed. He did not want to kill a woman being a woman. Then Lankini was also a personality who was deputed by Lord Brahma. You guard as long as a monkey will come and hit you, till then you guard. The day he hits you, you can vacate this place and go away. Lanka is about to destroy in very few days. So Lankini, she said, yes, today I remember the boon given by Lord Brahma to me. So how long I have to stay? So today you have come and relieved me from this purpose. So I assure you blessings for you so that your endeavors are successful. So she blessed Hanuman to go inside. Then one more curse was by Sita Devi herself in her previous endeavor as Vedavati. So where Rishis were chanting the holy name, she took birth on a lotus flower. So generally Radharani, Sita Devi, Lakshmi Devi, they are called as Ayonijaha. They do not take birth from these material wombs. So they appear in that way. How Sita appeared, Mother Sita? She appeared from a box. So Vedavati appeared from a lotus flower where Rishis were chanting Veda mantras. That's why she was known as Vedavati. So she was like a Rishi's daughter. She was practicing austerities in forest. One day Ravana was passing by aeroplane. He saw Vedavati. He became infatuated. He wanted to possess her. He came down and he wanted to take her with him. Then Vedavati said, no, I am not a personality for you. I am not meant for you. And when Ravana tried to force, she cursed him, saying that I will be the cause of destruction of your entire family. And because she was practicing yoga tapasya, she exhumed her entire body by yoga. Means she burnt her body. The entire body became powder, ash. So Ravana carried that ash in a box to Lanka. So as soon as that box came to Lanka, the astrologers in Lanka immediately informed Mandodari, whatever is there in that box that will destroy entire Lanka, please discard that immediately. Then Mandodari went and opened that box. She saw a baby girl inside that box. She immediately informed some demons, go and discard this box. So two versions, Ramayana gives two versions. One version says, they came and brought this box and buried in a place in a field where next day Janaka Maharaj is plowing. This is first reason they say. The second reason they say is they dumped that box into ocean, and Mother Earth transferred that to the place where Janaka Maharaj was about to plow. These are the two versions what we hear. So, see, this is one curse by Vedavati upon Ravana. Then there is one more curse by Ramba upon Ravana. Once Ravana went to heavenly planets. So on the way he met across Ramba, who was the wife of Nalakuvera. Nalakuvera is Ravana's brother's son, Kubera's son. Now what happens in relation? She is like daughter-in-law. So by seeing her beauty, Ravana became very infatuated. He wanted to molest her. But she started pleading, I am like your daughter. Daughter-in-law is like your daughter. I am not to be treated like this. He said, no, you are like no relationships. Apsaras have no relationships. You are meant for everybody's enjoyment. So that in that lusty mood, he molested her, raped her. Then she became very depressed and she went back to her husband, Nalakuvera, and she complained the entire scenario. She said, Ravana had raped me. So Nalakuvera went back to in trance. What actually transpired? She was saying, truth or not? Because he wanted to take a proper course of action on merit basis, not on somebody's wrong hearing. So then he saw that the entire thing as episode, as he was narrating, was correct. So then both wife and husband have cursed Ravana. From now onwards, if you touch any woman without her consent, you will die. That's why when Ravana lifted Sita Devi, he did not touch her anywhere. He picked up through that patch of earth and he lifted and took her. And when he placed her in Lanka also, when in the Sundarakanda we see Ravana came there and he was giving a warning to her. 10 months have passed away. 2 more months time is there. In this 1 year period, unless you change your consciousness and you become attached to me, I am not going to spare you back. You please accept me, or else I am going to kill you, chop you to pieces and throw you in the ocean, or my own these Rakshasas will eat you alive. So with so many curses upon Ravana, even his own wife, Mandodari, she said to him, don't go to this fight. because she is a chaste lady. Like how Sita is chaste lady, Mother Sita, Mandodari was also very chaste lady. She could understand what an offense Ravana was doing. Like you are offending a chaste lady means you are doing a great Vaishnava aparadha. So she instructed him not to do, hand over her respectfully. Ravana did not listen. The effect, what is happening? Even till date, he is burning. He would have died one time, but every year he is being killed. See, if you don't listen. So somebody was joking. Why you should hear your wife's words? Dasharatha heard Kaikeyi's words. He died, but he heard, he followed. Rama heard Sita's words. Go and get me that deer. He knows that it is illusion. But still he heard. Episode happened. But Ravana did not hear to Mandodari's words. Such and such that he not only was dying, he still burnt and is being continuing over. So better whatever wife says, listen and be happy in your house. So, see, sometimes it is good for our good only. Mandodari is saying to protect her husband, to protect the entire kingdom. But still, when somebody's consciousness is clouded upon by lust, good intelligence, even though when it comes to them, they cannot accept that good intelligence. That is the unfortunate situation. So, whenever there is a circumstance where somebody is giving us guidance, let us accept that guidance. If it is as per Shastra, that is the authority. Who is that authority? The instruction comes from authority, let us accept that. So, here also on the 10th day, Rama army fighting was happening. All his associates have been killed. Ravana was the last person. Ravana was fighting. So, he was fighting on his chariot and Rama was fighting on the ground because he is not a prince at that time. So, seeing that there is a disparity in that fighting, all the devatas were showing, no, that this is not correct. You are fighting from the air, he is fighting from the ground. So then Indra instructed his chariot driver Matali to take his chariot. That specific chariot is with 1,000 horses which are of specific color and fully equipped with all the weapons and the protectory armor and everything. Then Rama respected that chariot first, he paid obeisances, then he got into that chariot. Then fighting started. Rama was attacking, Ravana's one head was being removed and again one more head is sprouting. So Rama at that one particular point he became confused and he started saying, how I am not able to kill Ravana? I am killing his heads and again they are coming back. So then at that time, who is that Rishi who came there? No, one Rishi comes there and he explains to Agastya Rishi, he comes there and he explains about Ravana's lineage, how he became so powerful, how he worshipped Lord Shiva. And while doing this sacrifice, he was offering one head into the fire. So how he became Dashanana and there is a nectar in his heart. Some places it says heart, some places it says Nabi. And how he can never be killed unless that nectar is removed from his body. See, does that mean that Lord Ramachandra does not know these details? But for information of all of us, Lord at that time acted like he is ignorant of the situation. Then Agastya Muni gives him that mantra of Aditya Hrudayam, worshipping sun god and getting that power to specific thing to drive away this particular incident. So Ramachandra, why he was making Ravana angry? By killing one, he said, why he was making angry. Vaishnava Acharyas have commented. When Ravana came to fight, at that particular point, his entire heart was always thinking of Sita, how to possess Sita. Kill Rama and possess Sita for me for eternal. If Rama would have shot that arrow into the heart of Ravana, what will happen? It would have hit Sita Devi, because Sita Devi was in his heart. So what Rama was doing was, he was agitating him so that he forgets Sita and he becomes angry. So when he was at that particular point, when he was completely angry, he forgot Sita, Lord Ramachandra shot him. So these are the circumstances we see. Elaborate details were there, Yuddha Kanda. How much army was there? So much army. In comparison to Ravana and Rama, that Ramayana war, Mahabharata war was insignificant. Madhvacharya explains the emergency army of Ravana. It is 36,000, 10 power 70 Akshohinis. Understood? 36,000, 10 power 70. And Mahabharata war is 18 Akshohini. Even if you take 10 power 70, leave it, 36,000 Akshohini means. This is emergency army, what came in the last day. And what was much before was, you can never count. And Ramachandra's army, only 1/4 of his army crossed to Lanka, it seems. 3/4 was still on the other side, because there was no space on Lanka. You understand how huge that war happened. How technical details for all these things and all. So this is for us, because that cursing of Jaya Vijaya to become various incarnations are for pastimes of the Lord, so that we all can relish, we all can advance in spiritual life by hearing that pastimes, by becoming enlightened by spiritual knowledge. So that's what Krishna had performed these pastimes. So this is the circumstance in which Jaya Vijaya have been cursed. So we'll understand more technical details further. Lord explains about this. So I'll stop here. Any questions or doubts? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर